Dr. Balachandra. He is an expert on textile engineering, and he will explain to me what I've been looking for. A lot of people underestimate the value of undergarments. And Christian Dior gave a lot of importance to lingerie and to undergarments, because that which cannot be seen should actually be more important than that which can be seen. There's a sort of metaphysical element to it. But today what we're going to learn is actually about textile fibers and their consumer benefits. And this particular store is very unique because not only is it a place to purchase all these lovely goods, but also to educate oneself. And you should, I always found that the most educated places are people who have experience in the industry, and like Dr. Balachandra is going to explain today, we're going to continue, and now over to him.
Yeah, thank you very much. But I am not a doctor, so I can say that I have a reasonable experience in textiles. Whatever bit of an experience I learned from my own textile tenure, I'm going to explain today in a different way. It's a mix of technology plus a bit of a philosophy. So the God has started creating some clothing for human beings, and he created a fiber called cotton, and he also created a fiber called silk. And there are some more fibers like animal fiber, like wool and all. This has been classified as a natural fiber. But natural fiber always comes with some limitations in each and every property when you are designing the fabric for a consumer. Especially when you're going for a modern scenario, these fiber need to be blended with some other fibers. But if you see the natural fiber, one of the best fiber available for human being is linen. Can I get a ball of fibers here? Linen. This is coming from the flaxseed plant and from the bark of the plant. This is
pure linen.
Pure linen. It's cultivated in cold countries, like Belgium is the #1 cultivator for this fiber. And then China, some of the part of the China is also cultivated.
We don't cultivate linen.
No, in India is no. It's coming from the seed called flax seeds.
Oh wow! And this is good for the brain.
Yeah, this has got a highest omega-3 for the health.
So linen comes from flax seeds.
Yes.
Wow, no idea.
Yeah, this grows like 1.5 meter to 2 meter plant. That plant is being cut and the bark is converted into fiber. It's 100% natural. And the beauty of this fiber it has got a 24% moisture regain compared to 6.5% of cotton, the another fiber.
More moisture.
Moisture regain. Or absorbing capability. So that will give a lot of comfort when you are wearing in summer.
Okay, but why is it that linen always has a crushed look?
Because it is natural. It is coming from the wood. It is coming from the bark of the plant.
Beautiful.
Okay, and this has got a highest strength also.
Okay, so linen is strong also.
Strong also. Most durable, most
even stronger than cotton.
Comfort. Even stronger than cotton. Cotton has got around say 3 to 3.5 GPD, grams per denier or tenacity we call it. But this has more into 4.
Oh wow! So it's 4 times stronger than
that.
Wow.
At the same time, it gives you warmth in the winter and cool in the summer.
Oh, I didn't know about.
So this fiber has got everything which one can looking for as a benefit. But there are some limitations.
What?
This cannot be ironed out. This cannot be made.
I have linen clothes and I know that, but it looks good crushed actually.
It depends upon the perspective of the people. If somebody want to go to an office with a formal, with well ironed cloth, linen is not suitable. But if somebody wants wearing only for the comfort, they love this fiber. Once they get addicted to this fiber, they will leave everything.
Once you go linen, you can't go anywhere.
Anywhere. But at the same time, when the human being seeing the cotton comes with lot of trashes and the impurities, and it has
a lot of sort of
short fibers, low strength. There are a lot of limitations.
So you're saying linen is actually probably a higher quality fabric.
Absolutely. But this is expensive.
But the cost for linen is much.
Yes, it cannot be mass fabric. This can be a premium fabric for few
This is a
level of society. Okay. So then they come out with the cotton. Cotton has got a lot of limitations, although it is.
And you can see that there are some impurities.
Yes.
This is pure cotton. So what is all this?
It's the flowers cover and the plant material, everything is coming in the cotton. So it takes a lot of energy to clean this. Cleaning of this fiber is very extensive cleaning required. So the human beings thought that we should make a fiber very similar to this, and they come out with a fiber called polyester,
which is synthetic.
Which is a petroleum byproduct.
Petroleum?
Yeah, petroleum byproduct.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is pure polyester.
This has got advantages, like, you know, it has got a higher strength than the cotton. It is very easy to manufacture.
Pure polyester.
Pure polyester. Manufacturing is easy. Productivity is superb. But at the same time, it has got limitations and a lot of disadvantages.
Okay,
this will not absorb a single drop of water. Means its moisture regain is 0.4%.
So zero. It will just go off.
Yes, it will be on the surface.
It will not absorb anything.
Nothing. So when you have a moisture on the surface, you have a lot of issues and itching. Everything will start. Bacteria colony will develop on the fabric. On sustainability angle also, it is very poor. To digest this fiber in the bioform, it takes 300 years.
For it to disintegrate,
yes, digest in the
topside. 300 years.
Yes.
So it's incredibly bad for the environment.
Absolutely, it is not supposed to be used for if you are having a sustainable mental model.
So, sir, now for example, now you go to these shopping malls. We got one right here.
Yeah.
And you go to any kind of big, lifestyle or clothing store. I realize that everything is polyester.
Yeah.
Like you can't even getting pure cotton is difficult.
Yes.
Like most of the shirts and I think one of the reasons people perhaps gravitate towards it, it's easier to maintain in terms of you don't need to iron it as much. It doesn't get easily crushed. But yes, it clearly is showing that we are not on a sustainable model at all because we're using this. Now, even what I'm wearing, this is actually, you would know this. The reason I get this Pathani suit, I wear a lot of Pathani, is better, especially on the salwar. But yes, maybe it's not sustainable.
Yeah. So I don't have a statistics on the polyester, how much we are producing and it's tons of waste we are creating on the planet because of the synthetic fiber.
Because of this, guys. Because of this pure polyester.
Synthetic fiber. Right. So the industry found a very easy way of manufacturing. It can be produced in tons from the factory, and it can be put into color very easily. So
dyeing this is very simple.
Very easy.
So you're saying dyeing polyester is simpler than dyeing linen and cotton?
The process of dyeing is very simpler in terms of cotton, but at the same time it will start bleeding. Here, if you put the color, it is permanent. Nothing.
The color won't fade also.
Yeah, no way. People are very happy with that color, consumer, because year on year, if they are washing also, it will not be seen as a bleeding or going down in the color.
This is the reason for success of polyester.
Yes, and at the same time, when you put it for 2 hours under the sun, it will be dried. Ease of using.
Right, because absorption is
it's like a plastic. So
just
then,
sort of touches the surface.
Yeah. Then some wise people in the textile industry, they said that no, we should not be giving such a irritating fabric to this consumer. Let's blend this natural God's fiber into this human-made fiber.
Alloy.
Yeah. And they bought it called 6535. That's called a Manchester Classic blend.
Oh.
From the Manchester.
From Manchester. The mills then. Yeah. The mills there.
Yes. So that's a classic blend, 65% polyester, 35% cotton.
And they call this polycotton.
Polycotton. What you call equilibrium blend, which gives the maximum.
65-35.
Yeah, blend.
Okay. So 65 this.
Yes.
So it's more synthetic than natural.
Correct. So the other way of blending this. But at the same time, there is one more guy come into the picture. That's called the wood pulp based fiber. That's called modal or viscose.
This is modal, right? Here.
Yeah, modal and viscose. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is purely made from the softwood.
Yeah. So this is a natural.
This is called the regenerated fiber.
Okay.
It's not 100% natural. The way the wood is converted into a liquid called viscose liquid, and then converted into fiber form. Right. This is a regenerated cellulosic fiber. Okay, the process is hazardous. Fiber is good.
the process of actually producing this is hazardous to the environment.
Yes.
And to the people actually working with it.
Yes.
So they get skin issues or
there will be a lot of sulfur, smell, everything will
so
be
they
there.
get sick.
Not really, but if sulfuric acid is another acid is used during the production.
No, because it reminds me of how, at one point in history, rayon was incredibly, like if you look at Ohio and where it was being produced back then in Akron, it was also like these people were getting pigmentation on their skin and they were known as the blue boys.
So there are some side effects of this. But there are modern way to produce, systematic way with the safety and security.
Right. So you can minimize
the effect. Okay, but it requires a lot of water for washing, cleaning, everything.
So I see in modal, and people are selling it off as silk. I mean, it's not silk, but it can be produced in a way that looks like silk. Yeah,
my philosophical word starts coming there. Say that silk is the fiber created by God.
Right,
and human being try to imitate that.
Right.
They made viscose in a filament form or a staple fiber form. Cotton is made by another.
So wool is also a divine fiber.
I will come to that.
We'll come to wool.
Okay. So when they have seen the cotton, they made cotton, polyester looking like cotton. When they seen the silk, they converted that silk into viscose
it's just the look. It's just the look.
Look and feel. Okay, a little bit of that. We have not invented anything here. We are all copying the nature. And
we're imitating nature.
Absolutely.
So what is already there, we're trying to mimic it by synthetic
production.
And
then when you talked about the animal fiber, we found out a fiber called acrylic. I don't have a sample here.
Yeah, acrylic, yes.
Yeah, so that's for imitating your wool.
Right. So you have a lot of sweaters that look kind of woolly, but they're not wool. They're acrylic, and
that's
they have
part of this family, polyester family.
Right. It's
petroleum-based product.
Petroleum-based
product. Wow. So here also in viscose, the viscose is a basic wood pulp fiber, and the second generation.
So modal is viscose. It's a form of viscose.
Like a second generation, you can say more purified form.
More refined or whatever.
More refined. Okay. So you get a higher strength in the modal. You get lower strength in this viscose compared to cotton. So modal is, you can say, more towards a silky, higher strength level, but made out of wood pulp. With is all the fiber. There are some variety of cottons also possible in the world. There is some cotton called the short staple cotton. There is something called a long staple cotton, hybrid cotton, etc. Short staple is cultivated in countries like India, and long staples US and Brazil, and then there are South American countries. They develop their long.
You need warm climates for cotton to grow. You can't do it in. You have to do it in kind of warmer climates, right?
Yes. So longer staple fiber blended with modal kind of a next generation cellulosic fiber. They are very good on skin. So if you are looking for an underwear which really makes you.
We'll come back to underwear, guys.
So if you are,
chaddi pe aa gaya.
So if you are the most comfortable underwear required in, in your planet, for suitable to all your weather, so the best is blending a superior quality cotton with a microfiber modal. Talk about the fiber.
Yes, sir. We get to the business.
Yes. So the best possible fiber is the Supima cotton, which is an American cotton, okay, with longer staple fiber and with a micro modal combination 50-50. Okay, where is your modal? This fiber and
a long staple cotton.
Yes. So what you are seeing, the fabric is this one. Okay, and this is safe. You are designing these two because both the fibers are natural fibers.
Right.
In a way, it is regenerated wood.
Right, but it's derived from nature. It's not like poly.
Yes. When you blend these two has got some limitation in terms of keeping a dimensional stability long.
Right, it can get out of shape.
Yeah, out of shape.
It can get
so we add a very less quantity of lycra stretch filament into this,
which is used for the elastic
and even in the body also.
In the body of the garment, people.
Yes. Yes.
So can you show me where? Here?
Yeah, it's around 5% here. When you see the fabric, you'll see that it is being plated along with the.
So there's also an element of stretch as a result of it.
Stretch
so it keeps the garment.
Yeah. It should not be go beyond 5%, 6%, etc.
And if it does, it'll start.
You will have a more compression,
Right.
and you will have discomfort in wearing.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
that's okay for the sportswear and etc. But not for the
Regular
regular
wear.
usage.
Right.
Regular usage 5% lycra, and rest 95%.
Very interesting. And this-
You have to put
Very interesting.
micro modal
Right.
and plus Supimo cotton. If you are putting these three combination,
Right.
in terms of your wear, in terms of your comfort, in terms of your durability, it is one of the best garment.
Wow, what interesting knowledge I have received, sir.
Yeah. So
Because you know why? This looks almost like underwear we wore in the 90s,
Yeah.
but clearly it's not.
yeah,
It may look like it in
Yes.
terms of the design,
Yeah.
but what you're telling me, because I think what we grew up in the 90s was just pure cotton underwear.
yes.
But the only issue with that was it would very quickly lose shape, like you're saying. It would stretch, वो फैल जाती थी, या the elastic would not last very long. It will get disfigured, so to speak, or ill-shaped or whatever.
Yeah, basically underwear means it was like evolved from the langot.
Yes, right. जैसे हम पंजाबी कहते हैं कछेड़ा,
हाँ,
कछेड़ा.
तो लंगोट को दो तरह से स्ट्रेच कर दिया, यहाँ से एक पट्टी बांध दिया,
हाँ.
that is underwear.
हाँ.
And it was for ages, people never given a
इतना
damn
सोचा
to this
नहीं, हाँ, ये
product
लंगोट
at all.
है, लंगोट.
हाँ, क्योंकि दिखता नहीं है.
हाँ, और उसमें नाड़ा होता था.
हाँ जी, हाँ.
नाड़ा.
हाँ.
इलास्टिक नहीं होती.
उसको
नाड़ा ही
दिखता
होता
नहीं है.
हाँ.
और आप ऑलरेडी 40 डिग्री का टेम्परेचर का पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट में है,
हाँ.
जो आपको स्वेटिंग पूरा बॉडी में हो
हाँ,
रहा है,
हाँ.
कौन लंगोट के बारे में सोचने वाला है? There is nothing to think about langot. Langot is last priority.
हाँ, last priority.
But now things are changing.
लाइफ थोड़ा बदल गई है.
बदल
अब
गई.
एसी आ गया है.
AC आ गया. AC
अब
में
चड्डी के बारे में हम सोच सकते हैं.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
चड्डी टाइम.
So इसमें basically एक तो ये हो गया, इसमें two parts है. One is your body, okay? So what is the fabric here, and what kind of fiber you are used, and how it is being spun also.
How is the yarn? How has it been spun?
Spin
Right,
also.
right.
If you do a raw regular spinning etc., you will end up in
The coarse material.
coarse material, and spinning process also. There are different kind of
Right,
spinning
this is
process.
smoother.
So spinning process, if you use a regular spinning process, you will end up in a defect called pilling. So after rubbing, when your thigh is rubbing, when you are walking, when you put it into washing machine, this pilling will start coming up on the surface. Okay, then you will not be able to wear. So there are mechanisms to reduce this pilling in terms of
Right, so that doesn't create that chafing and all that. Right. वो rough edges में it pricks the skin if it's rough.
Yes, because
Right.
fibers are open.
Right.
Yarn is not properly twisted, and that
So
fiber
that
started
it
coming
starts
like
rubbing against the surface
yes,
of the skin.
It will come like this.
Right.
Okay, when it is rubbing around the skin, it will
then
become a ball formation. After some time, it will fall down, and you will see that portion of the fabric is going thinner. Okay, so to avoid that, there is a mechanism called cyro spinning.
Wow.
So cyro spinning is a process where if you want to have, say for example, a 40 denier thickness yarn, you have to go for a 80 denier, matlab half of that weight per length. You have to twist it very high, bring it together, and make a double yarn into a single yarn.
Right, so that it's
very, very tightly fiber are wound each other.
right.
So there will not be any protruding fiber.
This
when
fiber
you
will
have,
never stick out.
and then you don't have a
Smooth
pill.
surface.
So we have done everything to this.
It's very interesting. So much technology has gone into a
Yes.
simple underwear,
Yeah.
And
Then you have an elastic.
right.
Okay. So the whole garment, sometimes if you see the international brands,
Right.
it's like a maybe 1,000 rupees garment. Okay.
Right.
If your elastics is not good,
Of the yes.
this one,
Yeah.
then whole garment you have to throw out.
Right. It's gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Because if it is coming down along with your jeans
Then
when
there's
you are
no point.
walking,
Its purpose is finished.
beaten
Yeah,
completely.
right.
So in order to avoid that, you have to use the proper elastic. Within this elastic also, Lycra is best. The
Lycra.
original DuPont brand Lycra.
Yes.
So which gives the best possible stretch
and-
and recovery.
Stretch and recovery. So it doesn't stretch and then वहीं नहीं रह जाता है. वो वापस भी आ जाता
आ जाता है. उसमें भी next
है.
level.
Stretch and recovery.
Yes. अभी
These are textile terms.
Yes.
TTs.
Yes, TTs. इसमें भी next level है अभी कि we have a product called adaptive Lycra, which gives very soft stretch and soft recovery.
So it's not
Yes.
It's slow.
Very slow, very slow. So before lunch and after lunch, it will take care of your comfort.
Oh wow. इतना सोचा लोग
हाँ जी हाँ जी हाँ जी
कि थोड़ा ज़्यादा पेट बढ़ गया तो वो चड्डी पे थोड़ा
हाँ टाइट हो जाए, फिर बाद में आदमी तो लोग देखते रहते हैं ना, जिप क्लिक करते रहते हैं, तो वो प्रॉब्लम भी नहीं है. So that is called adaptive diaper. That is the latest one.
Right.
So you have to use the proper raw material here and design a product.
So much has gone, friends, into just the
Yes.
construction of this
Yes.
garment.
Yes, because I wanted to wear these garments.
Right.
So I have done for my own cooking. Okay.
So amazing.
So if the hotel manager or the owner is not eating in the hotel, we should not eat in that hotel. So I am eating in my hotel.
And sir, I have never ever, I mean, I walked into the store just on a lark. You know, I was actually here on some other work, and I've seen the store and I've come once before, and you know, I'm always looking for an education, because the thing is, you walk into a store and I really feel that this is the space where people need to get education, because it's not just, this is material culture, but this is also history.
Yeah.
History in a garment. You're not just talking, you know, in this garment, not only do we have, you know, just, okay, this is what you wear, what I wear, but what we see is the history of fibers, the history of, you know, so much other things join with this, you know, economies, politics. It's sort of materialized or crystallized in this mere garment.
And it looks like a very small, you know, product in our life.
Right.
Okay. But at the same time, if value addition, what I have discussed today, it's for lifelong for you. Now, when you are buying a next underwear, you will start thinking about sustainability. You will start thinking about your comfort. You will start thinking about your durability, and you will become a very conscious buyer. Okay, one conscious buyer created a day is going to help us in our longer life, and it will also, you see, if you go to middle class families, okay, especially when they have buying on based on the impulse, and then so many other reasons.
Right, so many other motivation. बाजू वाले ने खरीदा ये चाहिए, हम भी
खरीद लिया.
मेरे दोस्त ने लिया, मैं भी लूँ.
So the international survey says that 80% of the cloth what we are buying is end up in inventory as our cupboard. We will not be using that regular basis. Only 20% we feel comfort. You know, say for example.
You're right. This is a very interesting thing. So you have it. It just sits there.
Yes.
That's very interesting psychology.
Yes. So what you do is that whatever feels comfort, whatever feels you good, you will start using that repeatedly. Even color is little bit fade, you don't worry about that. But you will start wearing that. Say for example, for my linen, even it is fade off little bit, I will wear this only. I will not go.
Because it's something you built with a relationship.
Yes. No, it gives you comfort. You don't need to worry about the whole day.
Yeah.
But when you are going for an office or meeting or some business meeting or etc., you will look for formal.
Right.
Otherwise, you will be.
You gravitate towards what you feel comfortable in.
So if most of the people get this consciously, this knowledge, then they can put a step towards minimals. They don't need to buy so much. They have to buy limited cloth, which gives them the maximum benefit to their wearing experience. Otherwise, they will be end up in buying too many things. It will be in the cupboard, and then it will become an inventory for the planet. So that's somewhere else, the educating consumer should be a motivation for.
So you should go to fashion schools and talk. We need people on the field. And not only is Dr. Balachandra, I know he's not a doctor officially, but as far as I'm concerned, he's a doctor. And I've written about fashion, and I have been very interested in the traffic of wares, and to find narratives. And I teach at design schools, and I'm always, you got these fashion designers, and they know how to do pattern making, they know garment construction, they perhaps even know all of this, but they're still learning how to develop stories. And you really told us a story today. And not only has he told me a story today about clothes and textiles and fibers, I mentioned to him that I've been obsessed recently with how I even spoke to Yamuna and about how she spends so long. She works at Yamuna. She's not here. She's behind the camera, but she's very important here. She sits actually right in front of all these fiber bowls, and I mentioned to Dr. Balachandra that my next work is hopefully traffic inspired, and he gave me a very important clue. He said, look at the traffic of ants. They never fall into accidents. So organized is their traffic flow. Thank you so much. Thank you.